Okay, I had a question from one of my students in my investments class on how to do part two in this problem. And it's my security markets chapter. And so let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go Window Shift S. I'm going to paste this problem into Excel. And let's just make it a little bit smaller so we can see what we're doing here. All right, so what are we given here? We're given so we have the price. I guess we can call it initial price is 48.52 and that's per share, right? That's the initial price of the stock we want to purchase, and N, we'll call usually N in finance is the time, but we'll call this the number of shares in this chapter, and uh, and the number of shares is we want to purchase 100 shares, and we're going to use an initial margin is 60%. And that in the initial margin, that's let me just so you can know. Um, when they talk about initial margin, a little bit confusing. It's the amount of equity you have to have. Okay. Um, that's not amount you're going to borrow. That's the amount of equity you have to have. Okay. Um, and then we want to know. We want to find how much. Well, we just say this. How much can you borrow on margin? The maximum amount you can borrow on margin. So for a solution, so the biggest thing you want to remember in this class, this comes out of your book. This is the equation right here. So your margin is your equity in your account divided by the value of the stock. So most of the time when we're dealing in margin, we like to set up something like this. To save time, I'm just going to put it in here for you. And let's just get rid of all these things. We'll add them in right now. All right, so normally you could look at it like a T account, like a balance sheet. So my value of my stock is going to be equal to how much it was times 100 shares, right? And then let me move that over here so you can see the formula. So let me put the formula in here. Makes sense if you're buying 100 shares at 48.52 a share. That's how much how much stock you want to buy. And you can see by this equation here, your equity is equal to your value of stock times the margin. By the way, this should just be the sum, right? So I'm going to go auto sum. So my assets are going to be 48.52. Now my equity, you can solve this. Equity is equal to the value of stock times the margin. So your equity is equal to my value of stock times my margin. That's how much equity I have to have. So my margin is going to be equal to, well, my total assets minus my equity. And of course, if you did it right, these should sum together. Okay. Now, the question was, how much can you borrow on margin? It's going to be this right here. Let me put all the formulas in here. Okay. So first you have to calculate the equity. Then you take this minus your equity. That gives you your margin. That's the answer. So it's a little bit of a roundabout way to do it. Another way you could calculate this, you could say it's equal to my value of stock times parentheses 1 minus my margin, my initial margin, right? And I'll give you the same answer. Let me just put that in. That's a little shortcut formula. That's another way you could do it. Okay. All right. So that's the answer. So let's go over here and put that in here and see if we get the right answer. Up to negative dollar sign. So let's get rid of the dollar sign. And we got it right. And so now let's go to part 2. So part 2, so let's just copy that in. I'll put it over here so we can see it. Let me shrink it down a little bit, taking up a lot of space here in our sheet. So part 2, we're given so the price fell 44.06. And that's dollars per share. Okay. And we want to find the new margin. So how much equity do you have now? Remember, it's the equity you have. So remember, so let's just go ahead and do this T account here again, and we'll just modify it. I'll put it down here. And so now the value of the stock is going to be equal to $44 times 100 shares, right? Because now it went down. And my equity, so my loan is still going to be the same. And my loan's not going to change. This is how much we borrowed. So my equity has to be equal to this minus this, right? So this is my new equity. And remember, we can use this equation right here. So now my new margin, I guess I should have wrote solution here, right? Hopefully this is making sense. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. You can always pause and go back and look. So now my new margin, again, using this formula, it's the equity in the account divided by the value of the stock. This could be equity in the account divided by the new value of the stock. And you can put that as percent. Take it out a couple places. So this is my new margin. Okay, so this is not, these are not yellow anymore, right? That's not the answer. So let me just go here and go no fill. Okay, so this is not, we're going to get rid of that because that doesn't make sense. All right, so let me put the formula here. All right, so let's take this and copy it. And we'll put it here. Now this might not want percent. Let's go ahead and submit it and see what happens. Okay, it took it. And we got 0.56, but it still took percent. That was nice, right? All right, so let's go to the third part. In the third part, let's go ahead and paste that in. Okay, so now we're given maintenance margin. So that's what the broker requires you to have in is 40% of your equity. So initial margin is 60, but maintenance margin is 40. So if your equity falls low enough, falls below 40, you're going to have to put in some more money. You're going to have to raise your equity back up. All right. That's called a margin call if you go below that. Right. So we want to find, well, the biggest thing we want to know is how low can the stock price go before I have a margin call. So minimum stock price to margin call. Okay. So for a solution, Okay, so we could actually take this again. Let's take this and copy it. Work with it again. So we don't know my value of my stock, but I'm gonna do it using a solver, right? So I'm gonna say my stock price. I'm just gonna guess it. My stock price is equal to $10 per share. So we don't know yet, but we're just gonna guess that kind of use it as a placeholder. So if my stock price is $10 a share, well, this is equal to $10 times 100 shares. So my equity is $1,000, right? And this margin loan, remember, my margin loan is never going to change. It's always whatever I borrowed initially. Okay. And let me make it 20. I don't want to go too low because this makes this negative and it makes it kind of seem funny. So if it falls to $20 a share, I only have $59 in equity, right? Because $2,000 is the value of stock, and I still have this loan, right? So we can calculate the margin, and the left-hand side of the equation is going to be equal to 40%, because that's my maintenance margin. And my right-hand side of my equation is going to be equal to, well, we just use the same equation, equity divided by the value of the stock. So it's equal to my equity divided by my value of my stock, right? So right now, in this case, my margin is only 2.9%, 2.96%. Remember, we need 40%. So I'm going to show you something called Solver. So if you don't have Solver turned on over here, you have to go to File and then Options and then Add-ins down here. And then under Excel Add-ins, you got to go. And then you have to make sure the Solver's clicked and go OK. Mine's already clicked, so I'm just going to go Cancel. And then Solver will appear up here. So I'm going to click on Solver. And my solver parameters, we want this to be a value of 40%, right? I want this right-hand side to equal 40%. So this 2.96 has to equal 40%. And I'm going to change my stock price. And then if I go solve, and then it's going to say this, I'm just going to go OK. And let's take that out 2 places just to make sure we didn't have any rounding. So it says a 32.35 cents per share. And that's actually, we can try that to make sure that's the answer. And put it over here. And get rid of the $sign, submit. And that's correct, right? So let me just put that solver back. What I'm gonna do. Normally if you do that, you want to say something like this. Use solver. And then you want to paste your solver in. So I'm gonna go back to data and open up solver. I'm gonna paste whatever I put into solver. So I'm going to do another screenshot here. I'm going to go close. I was going to paste it right here just so I have it as a reference. So that way if someone's ever looking at your... Okay. So that's one way to do it. Now, there's also an alternate solution the way that your book showed you. Actually, probably a little bit easier if you know the equation. And let me get the equation from over here. Let's take the shortened equation. They already did this for you in the book. Or in CEPI, right? So we go stock price. It's equal to, well, that's your loan, right? So that's how much, again, what we originally got for a loan. Divided by parentheses, this is the number of shares, so it's going to be 100. And then minus 100 times my maintenance margin, which is 40%. And you get the same answer. So that's probably a little bit easier if you have that equation. Now, the book doesn't give you that equation, but CEPI does. So anyway, so that's a little bit about how you do maintenance margin and trading on margin. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I tried to keep that 15 minutes, and that ended up being almost exactly 15 minutes. If you like this video, my picture will come up right here. You can click on my picture to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. It'll encourage me to do more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.